With one swipe of its paw, the world goes silent. The grizzly is no longer in the mood to eat. And the alpha, who was snarling just a second ago, now lies motionless on the ground. One can only imagine the terrifying power of a bear's paw. The pack gathers around. There is no mourning, no reluctance. Instead, they turn their eyes to the ambitious eldest son. As he wished, he ascends the throne. Then, he leads the pack away, abandoning the old alpha who once protected them. Only one wolf stays behind. Her name is Maya. She is the alpha's mate. And the protagonist of our story. Wolves are among the most loyal creatures in nature. They are one of the few species that practice monogamy, staying faithful for a lifetime. Once they choose a partner, it is for better or worse, until death. The next day, even though the alpha's body has gone cold, Maya still nestles by her husband's side. Unwilling to leave, she knows he will never wake up again. She also knows she can never return to her old pack, lone wolf with no one to lean on. Looking at her deceased husband, Maya says her final goodbye and heads into the deep snow of the mountains. Its presence is never a good omen. In the wilderness, vultures are often called judges of death. Maya looks up at the vulture, unease flickering in her amber eyes. But she has no time to linger. Her unborn children are waiting for her. 3 weeks left. Every second is precious. To her, finding a dry, comfortable spot near water is the ultimate luxury. Eventually, she finds an old tree stump in the forest. This will have to serve as the nursery for her pups. That night, heavy clouds gather in the sky. During the night, Maya gives birth to 6 pups. The newborns look like tiny balls of fur. They are completely defenseless. A few days later, Maya is starving and weary. But just then, a strange sound comes from the woods. Maya is instantly alert. She peers out, catching a scent that fills her with dread. A lynx. This is an extremely dangerous predator. Agile, brutal, and a master of stealth. Though Maya can smell it, she cannot pinpoint its exact location. She won't move an inch from her pups, knowing the enemy is waiting for an opening. But after weeks, without enough food, and now with nursing pups, she desperately needs nourishment. Life as a single mother is incredibly hard. Looking at her hungry children, she wishes her mate were. The air freezes. The lynx begins to creep toward the small wolf. At the critical moment, Maya appears. The lynx stops in its tracks. They lock eyes. Maya shows no fear. She will never let anyone harm her children. Even if the opponent is stronger, even if she is at her limit. The lynx hesitates for a long time, finally retreating slowly and vanishing into the trees. The crisis is over for now, but Maya knows the den has been exposed. The lynx could return at any time. No one knows that the lynx is also a mother, fighting every day to protect her own young, struggling to survive while starving. In this cruel wilderness, there is no right or wrong, no good or evil, only a mother, given all her courage and strength for her offspring. Days pass in hunger and danger, under Maya's careful watch. The 6 pups survive their most vulnerable weeks. Now 2 months old, they are becoming playful and active, curious about the world outside. It's time to show them the world. As a lone wolf, hunting means leaving the pups behind. But what other choice does she have? Maya is gone for days. Starvation leaves the pups lethargic. Even the strength to cry begins to fade. Just as they reach the brink of despair, a wild rabbit crosses their path. Wandering from place to place, eventually arriving in Here, Maya picks up a scent her own kind. This means another wolf pack is nearby. She also knows that a lone wolf in another's territory is usually killed without mercy. She can't let her children be in danger again. But she doesn't know that a threat even deadlier than other wolves is quietly approaching. At the foot of the mountain, cars are slowly driving up. Maya's body goes rigid. Sensing. She runs with all her might, refusing to stop. The pups may not understand the danger of humans. Forbidden land for a wolf means life or death. Behind her are hunters with rifles, closing in with no intention of giving up. With no way back, Maya takes a gamble. Under the cover of darkness, she carefully leads her pups through the residential area. Maya and her 6 pups have safely cleared the human zone, stepping into a brand new land. Perhaps fate is on their side, for they have stumbled into the Mercantour National Park, teeming with food for Maya's family. It is nothing short of a miracle. She has finally found a place to call home. But she can't relax yet, as winter is approaching. By herself, it'll be hard to get 6 pups through the winter safely. She needs a mate, a partner to help guard the pups against the coming snow. The howl of a wolf is deep, powerful, and travels for miles. It is a call, a hope, and a mother's final prayer for her children. At first, there is no response, but Maya never gives up. Every day she climbs the peak, sending her soulful call into the distance. Again and again, day after day, without stopping. She knows she cannot survive the winter alone. Finally, a young, strong, male wolf is drawn by her persistent call. Maya looks up at him, her eyes full of surprise and tenderness. Looking back on Maya's year, she crossed 1,300 kilometers of mountains and rivers, traversing almost the entire Alpine range, settling finally in the Mercantour National Park. From an abandoned outcast to a mother of 6, she carved a path out of thin air, creating a miracle that shocked the natural world. As the old saying goes, a wolf that travels 1,000 miles will eventually find meat. Hold on to your convictions, and you will turn the tide in the end. All for just a scrap of meat to stay alive. In a blink of an eye, poor Capsule was cornered. The Slough Creek pack tore into him like starving tigers. Capsule struggled pathetically. He howled in pain, yet before this fierce wolf pack, his struggle seemed so small and powerless. To survive, his wife could only flee in a panic. But this time, the only response was endless silence. For her husband had already been torn to pieces by the Slough Creek pack. This is the brutal reality of the Slough Creek pack after seizing control of the Lamar Valley. Killing Capsule was merely a means to intimidate others. In the months that followed, the Slough Creek pack hunted freely in the valley. They enjoyed the abundant resources here, acting as the undisputed masters of this land. On the other side of the hill, far from the Slough Creek pack, for wolves were quietly moving through the forest. Two of them were the only surviving females of the Druid Peak pack. Little Black was among them. Though he had no power during his exile, he finally achieved his wish. He became a member of the Druid Peak pack. The fourth wolf was Little Black's brother. Perhaps they could work together to rebuild the Druid Peak pack and reclaim their lost territory. As if by some divine providence, the good days for the Slough Creek pack did not last long. This was the first time they had pups in the Lamar Valley. But out of 4 litters, not a single pup survived. An unknown virus spread through the area, mercilessly taking these young lives. Only 3 out of 15 pups narrowly escaped death. However, misfortune did not stop there for the Slough Creek pack. A few months later, the Lamar Valley seemed shrouded in a curse. A new disaster struck. A mysterious pack of 12 wolves from afar snuck into the Lamar Valley. In just a few days, they killed a veteran of the Slough Creek pack and seized the den upon the cliffs. The Slough Creek pack guarded the hill to the west of the den, but were never able to break through the mysterious pack's defense. All the remaining Slough Creek pups died inside the den. Afterward, the mysterious pack quietly left the Lamar Valley. This behavior was even more baffling than their arrival. In sharp contrast to the tragic fate of the Slough Creek pack, on the eastern side of the Lamar Valley, the Druid Peak pack, led by Little Black, was steadily growing. They spent their days busy hunting and raising their offspring. For these pups were the future pillars of the pack. Now, the Druid Peak pack had grown to 12 wolves. They had found rebirth through exile. In contrast, the Slough Creek pack, lacking a new generation to sustain them, began to fall apart. Some members were killed. Some died of natural causes, and others chose to leave. As winter descended once again, thousands of elk flooded in from the north like a tide. And returning with them were the former masters, the Druid Peak pack. With his strength and charisma, Little Black became the new alpha. 3 years later, Little Black returned to his old territory with his family, full of anticipation, longing for a final showdown with his enemies. However, the valley was deathly silent. The Slough Creek pack had lost their fighting spirit. They could only quietly climb over the opposite ridge and leave in sorrow. They once held this perfect valley, but due to constant misfortune, they could not keep their land. Ultimately, the Druid Peak pack reclaimed their homeland without a fight. They gathered together and let out a cry of victory. That sound echoed through the valley, as if announcing the arrival of a new era. In the days to come, they may still face many trials, but by then, the pups will have grown strong. Under the leadership of this great Wolf King, the Druid Peak pack will surely recreate the glorious legend of Lamar Valley.